Oh, come on. Yeah! Woo! There it is. Oh, man. Just so you know, when I test shoes, new shoes like today, the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3 in for official testing. Here we go in that pink colorway, once again getting ready for baby girls. 2, 3! So here's the deal, I like to test, doesn't always happen, but I really try to test in thin socks and thick socks because that impacts. So these are Steigen. Isn't Steigen out of Australia? Let us know if you're watching from Australia. Can you confirm that for me? Steigen, S-T-E-I-G-E-N. One of my favorite summer, all right, not winter, summer running sock companies, and somehow they created a Colorado flag sock for me. I've actually had this pair for I think a couple years actually, and they're still holding up really well. So Steigen, S-T-E-I-G-E-N, but these are very thin. So for testing, for the sake of the fit, all right, when I give my score in the scoring system for fit, that will be impacted by the sock that you wear. So whether it's a thin sock or a thick sock. So next run that I do, I will do a thicker sock, all right? Something like a Darn Tough or what else do I have that's a little thicker? I'd have to think a little harder. Darn Tough, you know, there's thicker socks out there. Smart Wool, there's one. There we go. Woo! About an hour later, I'm not exactly sure. There's the run on your screen, right? I believe it's right about there. Feeling good. Taking out the Pro 3s. We'll get those first thoughts for you once we get inside. Slight situation popped up. I'll tell you about it once we just got to get some water. It is toasty out, that is for sure. Whew, okay, and I got to try and find the Pro 2s. Actually, I think I see one from yesterday, right down there in the bank. Okay, now can we find the Pro 1 in this mountain? Okay, I'll pay a high schooler to come organize all my shoes. Not kidding. Okay, I will pay you to organize by road and trail, and then by running shoe model, and then shall we do iteration as well? Not saying I have all the space for it, but we just need to keep striving for organization. Oh, come on. Yeah! Woo! There it is. Oh, man. It was over on that shelf there. Wow. I'm shocked. 1, 2, and holy smokes. We've got quite the evolution, everybody. 1, 2, and a 3. All right? First, refuel. Gotta have priorities in this world. Love running shoes, but love running more. Put it that way. Come on, recovery. Get out some Bics. All right. Comment of the day goes out to, let me pull it up, Daniel Harris, you made me laugh, sir. He says, I literally bought the Endorphin Speed 2 yesterday for half price. In typical fashion, I'm at least a year behind in shoes. Daniel, that's amazing. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not convinced yet that the Endorphin Speed 3 is better than the Speed 2. Just saying, a little more girth, about the same weight. I need to keep testing. We're not at 50 miles yet. Remember yesterday in downtown Denver. So the testing has begun for the Endorphin lineup. So they are here. Here's the pros. Actually, we'll just set the one there. Hold on. The 2 here. And then can we get the 3 on top? Okay, there. Oh, hold on. Let's get this guy. This guy right there. There's the 3 in pink. Just like yesterday. Feels like we were doing this 30 seconds ago. Here we go. Instead of the speeds, we're doing the pros. So I've got the scale. Let's put them on now. Ooh, I did just realize I did just run in them, so they're probably going to be carrying a little bit of extra weight. You know the drill there. I've got the durometer and then the caliper. I can never say it. Is it the caliper? Is that how you pronounce it? Gauge to measure basically the girth, the width of the midsole specifically. And you can also do inside the shoe as well, but we've got stack heights pretty well taken care of at this point. So first, let's start with, let's start with the midsole. Okay, so now I've got the Pro 3, all right, the width of that heel specifically. I'm not doing the toe box, the forefoot, doing the heel area, and let's pick up this 2 again. So I'm gonna go maybe even a little more than yesterday on the speed. I'm gonna go with another 2, maybe 3 millimeters. More girth, more width, more midsole being packed into, which probably is gonna impact the weight a little bit. Again, keep in mind that I did, and speaking of the weight, let's put it on the scale. We'll start with the Speed 1. What is 2020, right? Am I remembering correctly? So there it is. Saucony Endorphin Pro 1 coming in at 6.7 ounces. Very exciting. Did I measure these? I already put these on the scale. Pro 2, 7.1. Fascinating. 6.7, 7.1. I don't remember that type of jump. Do you guys remember that? I mean, the Pro 1 was just very, woo, that makes me intrigued to take out the Pro 1 again at some point. Now, I guess what was it, 6.8 out there? Okay, I think I was getting 6.8 in the garage, roughly. This is saying 6.98, keeping in mind, again, that is probably carrying a little extra weight since I did just run in it. So maybe, actually, I'm gonna say that it did drop. It must have dropped a little bit from the Pro 2. That's exciting. Good job, Saucony. I'm excited about that. Now, moving on to the durometer, again, with a grain of salt. If you didn't, I won't explain it again in case you missed yesterday's vlog, but you got to take all these durometers because these midsoles are getting a little old. 34, all right? 39. This is the Pro 2. 36, 37, 38, 39, okay? I'm guessing softer. 34, okay, let me just find a couple more spots. Let me just try this actually. 30 on the bottom, that's interesting, okay? 30 on this side, 31. So it felt a little softer, and sure enough, I think we're getting a little bit of a softer. Okay, so I need to keep testing. We're not at 50 miles yet. Here is some B-roll of the heel counter issue. Yes, I was getting some rubbing. All right, so I'm frankly, I think I'm gonna have to put a Band-Aid on to make sure that I don't get a blister on, and it was both Achilles tendons. You guys, it doesn't happen too often. The Nova Blast 1, I love the shoe, but that shoe did give me blisters on the back of I think Saucony, I don't know what's, my gut is telling me that this inner lining on the heel counter needs to be softened up a little bit. It's not rough, but it's not as soft. I think it's not as soft as the Speed. I think it could just be a little more something. Maybe it needs those little bumpers, the heel counter lock. I'll just call them bumpers on the inside that you have in the Next Percent 2. So anyway, that was the only real issue. The fit felt pretty good. I guess I'll say with the thin socks, remember this is why I test shoes with thin socks and thick socks, I was maybe a little loosey-goosey through the toe box. Not horrible, But if I had to choose, I would probably opt for a half size down in the Pro 3, or just maybe a slightly thicker sock. You know me for race day, I do not like to be slipping around, okay? And on that note, question of the day, what is your strategy? I know this is crazy, bear with me DGR, but this is where you really, after 3.5 years, 4 years of running shoe testing, roughly, 3.5 years, coming up on 4 years actually, this is where you dial it in. And even the veteran runners, you know this, so what's your strategy for pairing running socks with different running shoes? Now listen, if you're a new runner, buy 3 pairs of running socks or 5 pairs and just don't even think about this. But as you get a little more niche down, and you start racing more and racing more and racing on the roads and the trails, running in hot temperatures and cold temperatures, you will begin to teach yourself the different strategies for pairing different socks with different shoes, okay? That's the question of the day. It's a little, but it's actually critical because our feet, well, first of all, as my grandmother always says, love you, Grammy, is our feet are the foundation of our bodies. We need to take care of our feet, okay? So how you take care of your feet for, whether you're training 10 hours a week or 20 hours a week like I usually am, or 25 hours a week if you're an ultra runner, or 30, who knows? Like, we really got to take care of our feet out there. So the sock proposition is critical. All right. Did I do it all? Weight, durometer, caliper. That's the vlog. All right, I got to do some dishes, get this done, get some chores done. Thanks for tuning in. No real fancy filming. We will take these shoes to 50 miles with Band-Aids in tow. Everybody, we will toss it to the Pro 2 from full review from 2021, I guess it would have been. Pro 2 from 2021. Right there. Onward and upward. Seek beauty. Work hard. And love each other. See you tomorrow.